Team USA struggles are a huge deal, but I got to call us out for a second. Again, y'all know your boy. You know your boy got dual citizenship. I got a blue passport. I got a green passport. I got to call out us being America. Let me talk to my blue passport people real quick. Because if we're being real, we always think, Americans, that we are the greatest thing since sliced bread at the point of foregoing other achievements and other accomplishments elsewhere in the world. If you never venture to other cities, you don't understand that the architecture is just as beautiful, if not more beautiful. The people are just as beautiful, if not more beautiful. There is talent elsewhere in the world. As a result, we turned a blind eye to it. I have to call us on it. Top 5 players in the league this past year, at least the top 6, if you will, when it comes to MVP voting. 4 of the 6 were foreigners. 5 all-NBA first-team players. 3 of the 5 were foreigners. So what it tells me is that there's a lot of talent elsewhere in the world, and it's starting to ascend to high heights. I'll speak to the USA losing to Nigeria a few days ago. 4 of Nigeria's 5 starters play in the NBA. Bam Adebayo could have been on the Nigerian team, and he's playing for the American team, playing for the USA team. So with all that being said, yes, it's a big deal because finally we're having to reckon with the fact that there is talent elsewhere in the world. Now, the likes of the American basketball team should still be more talented, but I'm not going to turn an eye to the talent that clearly exists, not only in the NBA, but it exists in other countries as well. And now they're taking it to us. And by us, I'm talking to the blue passports.
Extremely well said, Acho. It's only a big deal if you don't understand why it's happening. And for me, it's no big deal because I do. You said that it's starting to rise. It's been rising. I mean, look, if you look at the 2019 World Cup, we finished 7th. 2016, we won 2 games by 3 points on our way to winning gold. Yes, we've won gold 2008, 2012, 2016, and the expectation is that Team USA will win gold again. But the very fact that we've been talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is, oh yeah, he's Nigerian, and he may just be the best player in the NBA. That might just be a reflection of how much times have changed since the day of Magic and Bird and when the Dream Team came in and originally gave us this idea that it is somehow the U.S.'s birthright, that we just cobble together our all-stars and we throw them out there and we're going to steamroll everybody. That hasn't happened for the last couple of decades. So we really need to reset what our expectations are in how we play in the international competition. And there's several things that are working against us and things that need to be figured out with this team. Number one, there's no carryover from the 2019 World Cup team to this Olympic team. It's a completely different roster. 2, the strength of this team is isolation players who can go get theirs. Isolation play in international competition when there's no defensive 3 seconds and the three-point line is closer to the basket, doesn't work quite as well. Do we have the IQ and the talent to ultimately end up on top? Yeah, and the odds makers say that the Team USA is still favored to win gold. But this idea that we're never supposed to lose or it's never supposed to be close, that's an idea from like 30 years ago. You need to update your approach and your view of where Team USA is on a global scale when it comes to basketball.
Man, I didn't know I was going to get into this. Wow, we're going deeper. Y'all going global with this. It sounds like we having more than just a USA basketball conversation. I'm hearing about passports and America and our cockiness. Well, I'm cocky and I'm American, so guess what? Everybody should think they're the best, even if you're not. And if you don't mean I got to stop thinking it, especially when the records support what my cockiness is leading me to. And America should be cocky because let's talk about our record in exhibition games. And don't forget, this was an exhibition game. Now it's 54-4. Oh, my God. So everyone's saying this is an American problem. We think we just have a monopoly on talent. Boy, stop. No, we just know we whip butt when we get together and play in the international game. Now, it's an international game. Different rules, different points of emphasis, et cetera. It's going to take time. And as you said, Slick Rick, there is no carryover. So it's going to take these guys even more time. But I need to see my brother from Nigeria up here.
Talk to
along
your boy.
with me, my
Talk
23andMe. My 23andMe said I'm 61% you, Acho. So let's talk about my 61%.
Let's talk about it, talk about it.
Y'all acting like America's cocky. I just think that they just knew that Nigeria was sorry. And then, whoa, they hit 23-pointers and realized they ain't as sorry as we expected. Now, is that a cockiness problem? Because it happens within our borders all the time.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not American versus others problem. It's just a human psyche issue. When you beat a team in 2012 in the Olympics by 83 points, which is a national team record, that's Nigeria, then you see them again in 2016, you say, oh, I know they got better. Yeah, they did. You only beat them by 36. And then now you see them this year in 2021, another exhibition, which we all know in exhibition games, especially when you talk about the most talented, not necessarily fully motivated. We're learning, coach, on the fly is the conversation. We lose by 3. 3! And they shoot 23-pointers. And you know why they made all those 3-pointers? Because we weren't fully motivated to close out on those 3-pointers as well.
No.
Don't go. I'm talking about
it's time to fight.
No. So all I'm saying is y'all can get into your diplomatic issues with America, but don't y'all damn try to convert those and conflate them into these international basketball issues. Because last time I checked, we smack teams when we see them.
Then I need you to check again. Sal, it is an issue that we have in our society. I'm going to talk track and I'm going to pivot. I'm going to talk track because I know you'll agree with me here because you have prior. Slick, at least at this point in time, you know the name Sha'Carri Richardson. We've talked about her extensively on this show. The majority of people, whether it be Nelly, Gabrielle Union, the likes of Michelle Obama, all these different celebrities tweeting at Sha'Carri Richardson talking about, you gonna go bring home the gold. But me and Marcellus both know, because we actually look at the global totality of track and field, that Sha'Carri's like the 3rd or 4th best sprinter in the world. Now, to Americans, we all think she the best thing since sliced bread. But if you really look at the numbers elsewhere in the world, you realize, dang, she really not the best. But we talking like she is. Man, Sha'Carri not gonna win a gold medal anymore since she not going to the Olympics. She probably wasn't anyway. Why do I bring up that parallel? Because it's the same mentality, Sal. I'm not going to let us take away from what the Australian team did or the Nigerian team did and put it on America's laziness. Maybe Nigeria and Australia just got some talent and it's about that action. Now, are their aggregation of players better than Kevin Durant individually? No. But in the same breath, the construction of America's basketball team is problematic and egotistical. We have 6.
What?
I'll explain it to you. We got 6 of the top 14 scorers in the NBA, 6 of the top 14 scorers. But we only have 2 players that land amongst the top 20 as it pertains to assists. So when we looked to construct the roster, we said, ooh, Zach LaVine, let's get him. Ooh, Dame Lillard, yeah, he scores a lot, let's get him. Ooh, Kevin Durant, yeah, he scores a lot, let's get him. Ooh, Jason Tatum, he scores a lot, let's get him. Ooh, Devin Booker, he scores a lot, let's get him. Then we said, oh, we need somebody to pass the ball. Dang, we ain't got nobody. Draymond Green is the leading assist man on the United States basketball team. The fate of America's Olympic dreams literally lies in the hands of Draymond Green dishing the basketball. So, yes, not only is there more talent elsewhere, but we are so prideful that we're going to allow this other talent elsewhere to thrive in our face.
Well, again, well said. And let me try to find the middle ground here between what Marcellus is saying and what you are. I mean, that is, yes, should we be confident? Should we be arrogant? Should we look at our record and say, hey, we are the best, or we should be? Without question, Team USA has earned that right.
We have audio issues over there because no way in America you're going to be able to slander my country like that and continue to talk like that. So, Acho, you better watch your audio as well. Here's the thing. Man, we were up on Australia by 10 points in the second half and gave up the lead. Y'all stop with this. Like, these dudes are out there measuring themselves, and we don't have the top players. Yeah, Kevin Durant's out there, but you know how many guys are not volunteering to go to the Olympics this year, starting with a LeBron James? Because of obvious reasons, man. So that doesn't sound like a cocky issue. It sounds like our best players are like, nah, we good. Why is that a cocky issue? Let somebody else who hasn't been through the Olympic schedule and been through the Olympic Games get their gold medals. But that's a cocky issue? Acho, we can't judge our country by the ignorant. And I'm not calling these people ignorant, Michelle Obama and others who you said tweeted Shaqiri. All I'm saying is in track, you ain't the smartest. Y'all didn't know what you were talking about. You just were rooting because, hey, I liked her energy. I liked her hair. I liked her nails. I liked her swag. That doesn't mean you know track. So I'm not going to use that as an America soundboard. That's just some people who don't know what they're talking about.
But are we doing the same thing here, Sal?
Huh? No.
Are we doing the same thing with basketball?
Greg Popovich is 51-1 in exhibition games. Now you're going to say we cocky? No, we just that damn good.
I'm talking about the totality of it. So the fact that we're like, how we lose to Nigeria? They don't. You got
how did we lose? We beat them by.
They ain't even got food. How we lose to Nigeria?
If you lose to a team that you beat by 83 2 times ago, and then you beat them
ago.
Hold on, but that's the only time we see them. So we saw you 2 times ago. We beat you by 83. We saw you last time. We beat you by 36. You think I am? First of all, you can't lie to your subconscious, and you know this in pro sports as an athlete. If you're playing the sorriest team in the NFL, I don't care what your coach says pregame. I don't care what you have for breakfast. Part of you is saying we got this, and then when you realize you ain't got this, sometimes it's too late. It's okay. We're now 54-4 since 1992 in exhibition games. And y'all calling this a cocky issue? If you look good, bro, I'm not mad if you tell me first. Why is that a cocky issue? You're going to wait for me to say you look good, and then you're going to say, oh, I'm being humble?
Yeah, I think
fake.
We have to identify cocky and arrogant, right? I think it's a cocky or arrogant. We can change the word if we like.
With you.
I think it's an arrogant issue if you think that you are so good that you also neglect the talent of your opponent. That, I think, is where we run into issues in our society.
We lost by 3.
Because you neglect
by jogging.
28. We were 28-point favorites. Yeah. So to lose by 3, you're talking about a 31-point difference, at least in what odds makers created, which means a couple things. One, we slept on the ability of their team initially.
As we should.
But no.
Athletes mail it in all the time on sleeping on somebody. Why is it an American issue when we do it to each other?
Because we're doing it to each other in our country.
But now we can't do that to another country and we do it to ourselves?
No, I'm saying we're saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
Because you're saying we do it to
I'm saying it's a human problem across the world and no borders. And you're saying, no, America, when we export ourselves, we get too cocky.
Because I'm saying we're showing it. At least I'll talk about the sport. I'll talk about the sports that I have watched as of recent. We don't see football take it on a global stage. Not yet, hopefully in the near future. Track and field I will speak on. After Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, the top sprinter in the world the last 8 years, after she ran a 10:63, the second fastest time ever to Flojo, after she runs that, an American sprinter who will remain nameless, y'all can do deductive reasoning, an American sprinter came out and herself said, man, my presence in the game is making everybody better. So you are going to take credit, American sprinter, for what the fastest woman in the last 10 years is doing in Jamaica. Meanwhile, I haven't heard of the Jamaican sprinter say everything. I hadn't heard the British sprinter who's better say anything. I hadn't heard the other Jamaican sprinter who's better say anything. I haven't heard the Nigerian sprinter who ran a 10:64 win the legal say anything. But I have heard the American sprinter take credit for the second fastest time being run by a Jamaican sprinter. So as I look at that, that's incubated, isolated, one issue by one person representing one country, America. Now I'm looking at, America, another aggregation of players representing one country, just lost to a team they were favored by 28 points.
Yeah, we shouldn't have lost to.
So either they shouldn't have been favored that much, or they took that too confidently. Again, all I'm doing is assessing the sports that I'm looking at from domestic to international. That is how I have arrived at my conclusion. Does it occur domestically? Absolutely. Because we're seeing it occur domestically. But I'm just saying I haven't seen the international arrogance in track and field this season. And I watch a lot, and I haven't seen the international arrogance thus far in the Olympic stage. It's an incredibly limited sample size. But I haven't seen it thus far. That's all I'm saying.
I just think that it is an international issue to mail it in. And that's just how the game goes. And I wouldn't give a megaphone to ignorance, or when people say something that's ignorant, because you have home field advantage. Do you listen to the Speak for Yourself version in Jamaica? No, you don't. But I'm sure they got one. And I'm sure they over there talking big boy talk about track and field, because they are the big dogs when it comes to the sprints. So we don't know what they're saying.
But
and
we do.
No, don't act like Twitter shows you everything. Don't act like that algorithm is all in your favor.
Because you do too. You monitor what Shelly Ann got going on, what Dean Asher Smith got going on. Okay,
if it hits me, I ain't looking for it.
I monitor what international athletes are saying, at least in the sport of track and field.
Not all of it.
And the arrogance displayed by our best, and let's talk about the best. The arrogance displayed by our best is not even near what their best
Well, let me
says.
button this up so we don't see.
I ain't got no buttons on this joint, so you need a button.
All I know is I don't give a damn how talented you are. You can't outwork somebody else's hustle muscle. And you know the hustle muscle. Nigeria came out with the hustle muscle. Australia came out in the hustle muscle. America was like, this is an exhibition. We are learning through process to become who we want to be during game situations. Basically, Australia and Nigeria did what we didn't want to do, which is get down and dirty too early. And if that's a cocky issue, well, then sign me up for that all the time. Because when it doesn't count, I'm not giving you my all, because I'm trying to work it up here for when it all matters.